Delighted to be here this morning. We're delighted to be at another ribbon cutting. Ribbon cuttings and business after hours are coming fast and furious as our economy begins to pick up. We were talking this morning about locations and places for home and garden shows, and thank goodness if you look at places to have them and alternatives. We just going to tear down a mall, and please don't think that's a bad thing. If you haven't been to Greenville and looked back, we certainly think that's a viable city. Ride to Greenville, look at the mall that's been torn down and what's happened in the last couple of years. So when you start removing things, it's not always bad, and certainly that's the case with that mall in Greenville. And I think we'll see that probably happen here. But the economy is beginning to come back. Look at the new restaurants that have just opened or been announced in the last 2 or 3 months, and you'll see things are very vibrant here. But we're delighted to be here this morning. At this time, I'd like to call on Mayor Rose for some remarks.
Well, good morning, everyone. I think Bruce sort of summed everything up good, but I want to let you look at this sign here, Committed to Life's Changing Services, and I think that's good. That's a good motto. And that's exactly what I understand this place is, as far as helping people change their lives and so they can give them a good job. And I certainly want to thank Wayne Gay, our former sheriff. You know how Wayne does things. He does things right. And that's what I'm expecting from this building here, things to be done exactly right. So I'm happy to be here on behalf of the city. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mayor. Also, we're delighted to have with us Thomas Lucas, who's the chairman of the County Commissioners. Thomas. Thank you, sir.
I'd like to say, along with Commissioner Rob Boyette, on behalf of county government, that we thank the Wilson Professional Services, Mr. Gay, and all of his partners, and for your contribution to the commerce of Wilson County, and we wish you all of the luck.
As Bruce has said already, and as others have said, it's always good to have a new business coming into town and to open up, particularly small business that are locally owned, so that, and the whole thing is for when we have a ribbon cutting in an open house like this, is kind of share that information to the rest of the community so they know that they don't have to go out of state to get things done. They could come right here. The local business, if they have drug screening or drug counseling as well, I understand. Not just screening of people, they do counseling for supporting people and families as well. So I know Wayne Gay too, and you're absolutely right. Wayne's a picky person, and he's going to be a stickler for perfection, okay? And that's a positive statement, Wayne, okay? So we look forward for this company to do well. We've had over 20-some ribbon cuttings this year, and sometimes when we think about our community, are we vibrant or not? As Bruce said, yes, we are. Just look around the things that's going on. Look at the buildings that are going up. There's still things that are going on here that some people think that in Wilson community we're stagnant, but we're not stagnant. We're progressing and progressive. And this is one example of this as well. So I wish them the best of success to all the partners as well who support this business. Thank you.
Thank you. We're also delighted to have with us this morning Joey Evans, who's the chair-elect of the chamber.
Well, I've known, I'm still calling him Sheriff Wayne Gay myself because I've known him for so long. He's been such a leader in our community for years and years. When I first came here, he was one of the first ones to really welcome me and my family, and I'm so grateful for that. So I do wish you well in your business, you and your partners, of course, and I'll echo what Ken said. Wilson is thriving. We always have been thriving. We just need to get the attention for it, and I appreciate the chamber being the catalyst for that. So.
We're all here this morning thanks to Sheriff Gay. So Wayne.
Thank you, Bruce. And thank all of you for coming. It's a great honor. I see all of our friendly bankers here and everyone else. Cliff Watson and I opened Wilson Professional Services back in January, and Michelle is our key person when it comes to substance abuse counseling, DWI assessments. She has played a very important part in what we're doing here, and of course Leslie and Ashley both are very important to the success of the business. They work really hard in trying to bring in new clients. And basically what we do here, we do drug testing. We also have a lot of major clients, a lot of large corporations here in Wilson that we've been able to deal with. Got them on board, and they come in for the drug testing. We do random drug testing. We actually go out in the field and do randoms, like at Firestone and some other places, and we work every day to try to bring in new clients. Michelle, she is a very important part of this because substance abuse is big. It's big here in Wilson, it's big everywhere. Now the laws have changed. When you have a DWI, you have to have an assessment before you can get your driver's license back. Michelle does that. We're also involved in the school system. We do the teen program for the school. And last year we did that for about 6 months at no charge at all to the school. This year we have a contract with them, and everyone who is involved in that program comes in for counseling with Michelle. The students have to bring their parents with them, and basically what happens if they get into a problem at school and have a situation and it involves drug or alcohol, they have to come in, and it's an alternative for them rather than getting expelled or suspended, and then they have to complete what is a six-week program through Michelle before they can actually they can get back in the schools, and it keeps them. It's really helping keep those kids off the street. So that's very important. And I'll tell you today that also we hope to, Bruce, I hope you're around long enough to do the next ribbon cutting. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, we're opening up a new business across from BB&T down on West Nash, just a little further down. And it's going to be a methadone clinic. It's going to be a treatment center. There's a tremendous need in Wilson County for that. A lot of people are on drugs, they can't get off drugs. We've contracted with a doctor. We'll have nurses on staff, we'll have clinical people on staff who will actually be involved in the clinical part of that and doing basically the same thing that Michelle's doing here with the other substance abuse. So we had hoped to have it open a few weeks ago, but we're running into a little snag with government, the way it is. We've been approved with DEA and the federal government and everybody else, but we're having a little hiccup with the state. But we should have that worked out this week. So we're hoping to have that open very soon, and that certainly is going to be something that I think, I don't want people to think that's where people that are addicted to drugs is just going to be hanging out on the street and, coming in for the methadone. It'll be prescribed by, like I said, by a doctor, and with the clinical staff there and the nurses, they'll come in. We'll only be open like from 6 to 12. So, and that's 7 days a week. We actually don't open Sunday, but we give the drugs for Sunday. So, but here we're open every morning from 8:30 to 5, Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday we close at 12. So, those of you who are sending us business, and I see a couple of you, we appreciate it. Those of you who think you might need to send to somebody, we appreciate that.